Introduction.
Hello, Father. Mom told me to give you this tablet, and after taking this, you will feel better.
Okay, give it to me.
Father, how this tablet affects your health?
This tablet will give power to my body, and then I will be fine.
Father, what thing makes this tablet?
Rohit, these are the supplement tablets, and lactic bacteria is used in the tablet, which gives power to my body.
Father, what is bacteria?
These are the single-celled microorganisms. They are present everywhere, such as in our food, in air, etc.
That's quite interesting, Father.
Would you like to learn more?
Yes, Father.
In this lesson, you will learn how microbes are helpful to human life. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain that microbes are present everywhere. Explain products obtained from microbes at industrial level. Describe sewage treatment with the help of microbes. Explain the production of biogas with the help of microbes. Know microbes as biocontrol agents. Know microbes as biofertilizers. Microbes in household products. Microbes are tiny organisms. They are too tiny to see without a microscope, yet they are abundant on Earth. They live everywhere in air, soil, rock, and water. These microscopic organisms are found in plants and animals as well as in the human body. Some microbes cause diseases in humans, plants, and animals. Others are essential for a healthy life, and we could not exist without them. Most microbes belong to one of four major groups: bacteria, viruses, fungi, or protozoa. There are many food products which are formed from microbes. For example, sauerkraut is produced by Leuconostoc and Lactobacillus species within shredded cabbage. Cucumbers are fermented by these same microorganisms to produce pickles. Microbes in industrial products. In industries, microbes are employed to produce beverages, antibiotics, and other products. At industrial scale, we need large number of microbes, so they grow in large vessels called fermenters. Fermented beverages. Yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, is essential to all alcoholic beverages. It is a living thing. Trillions of cells in your fermentation vessel, all hungrily turning sugars into carbon dioxide and alcohol. Different types of yeast produce different products such as wine, beer, whiskey, etc. Antibiotics. The first antibiotic discovered was penicillin by Alexander Fleming. An antibiotic is a drug that kills or slows down the growth of bacteria. Antibiotics are one class of antimicrobials, a larger group which also includes antiviral, antifungal, and antiparasitic drugs. They are relatively harmless to the host and therefore can be used to treat infection. Working of penicillin. It works by preventing the production of a substance that forms the cell wall peptidoglycan. This means the cell will continue to grow without dividing or developing new cell wall. Therefore, the wall gets weaker and eventually ruptures. Chemicals, enzymes, and other bioactive molecules. The following table gives a list of organic acids and the microbe employed in their production. The enzymes produced with the help of microbes are lipases, proteases, and pectinases. Lipase is an enzyme which body uses to break down fats in food so they can be absorbed in the intestines. Proteases refer to a group of enzymes whose catalytic function is to break down peptide bonds of proteins. Pectinases is the collection of enzyme that is able to break down to pectins. Pectin is a substance which stabilizes the cell wall of plant cells. Bioactive molecules. The bioactive molecule cyclosporin A is a powerful immunosuppressive agent whose lack of myelotoxicity makes it unique among non-steroidal drugs currently given for immunosuppression. It can be produced by fungus Trichoderma polysporum. Microbes in sewage treatment. The municipal waste water called sewage contains large amount of organic matter and microbes in which many are pathogenic and some are other heterotrophs. The sewage is treated in sewage treatment plants STPs before it is discharged into water bodies to reduce the pollution load. The treatment involves two steps. Primary treatment. In a primary sewage treatment, wastewater is relieved from the contaminants like coarse sands, pebbles, organic and inorganic wastes, fatty substances, etc. The municipal water waste consists of large objects like rags, cans, tin, etc., which are removed by screen. This is necessary because the presence of these objects can harm the sensitive parts of the plant. Followed by the screen, there is a grit chamber that are used for removing sand and other heavy inorganics. The materials so collected in the grit chamber are collected and bagged for disposal. Some plants use sedimentation stage in which the sewage is passed through large tanks which are called as primary clarifiers or primary sedimentation tanks. In these tanks, floating materials are removed and homogeneous liquid is ready for the biological treatment, whereas the sludge is separated for the separate treatment. After that, the effluent from primary sedimentation tanks is taken for secondary treatment. Secondary treatment or biological treatment. Secondary sewage water treatment method uses aerobic biological process to degrade the biological content of the sewage like human waste, food waste, soaps and detergent. In this method, bacteria and protozoa convert the biodegradable soluble organic contaminants into floc. It reduces the BOD, that is, biochemical oxygen demand of effluent. BOD refers to amount of oxygen required by aerobic microorganisms to decompose the organic matter in a sample of water, such as that polluted by sewage. It is used as a measure of the degree of water pollution. As the BOD of the effluent goes down, the effluent is then passed to final settling tanks where the bacterial flocks are allowed to sediment. This sediment is called activated sludge. Small part of the activated sludge is pumped back into the aeration tank, which serves as an inoculums, and major part is used for production of biogas. The recycled water is used for agricultural uses. Microbes in production of biogas. Biogas is a mixture of gases containing predominantly methane produced by the microbial activity and which may be used as fuel. Cow dung is the main source for the biogas, as the bacteria in dung has more potential than others. Methanobacterium. These are the bacteria found in the rumen, a part of stomach of cattle. The rumen is the most significant part of the cow's digestive system, as the methanobacterium makes it different from other animals. We use cattle excreta in the biogas formation due to presence of methanobacterium. The methanobacterium produces methane gas, which is highly inflammable. In rural areas, we can see the biogas plants. This bacteria also converts the biowaste into useful manure. Biogas plant. The biogas plant is a brick and cement structure having the following 5 sections. Number 1. Mixing tank. Number 2. Inlet chamber. Number 3. Digester. Number 4. Outlet chamber. Number 5. Overflow tank. Working. Number 1. The various forms of biomass are mixed with an equal quantity of water in the mixing tank. This forms the slurry. Number 2. The slurry is fed into the digester through the inlet chamber. Number 3. When the digester is partially filled with the slurry, the introduction of slurry is stopped and the plant is left unused for about 2 months. Number 4. During these 2 months, anaerobic bacteria present in the slurry decompose or ferments the biomass in the presence of water. Number 5. As a result of anaerobic fermentation, biogas is formed, which starts collecting in the dome of the digester. Number 6. As more and more biogas starts collecting, the pressure exerted by the biogas forces the spent slurry into the outlet chamber. Number 7. From the outlet chamber, the spent slurry overflows into the overflow tank. Number 8. The spent slurry is manually removed from the overflow tank and used as manure for plants. Number 9. The gas valve connected to a system of pipelines is opened when a supply of biogas is required. Microbes as biocontrol agents. Biological control is the deliberate use of one organism to regulate the population size of a pest organism. Biological control of pests and diseases. This can be done by introducing various predatory insects or mites or parasitic wasps or nematodes that infect the pest with a fatal bacterial disease. It is a safe method of pest control for both edible and ornamental plants that can give excellent results under the right conditions. For example, Bacillus thuringiensis is bacterium whose spores are toxic to certain insect larvae and kill them, but is not harmful to other insects. Another biological control being developed for treatment or control of plant disease is the fungus trichoderma, which is free-living in soil and root ecosystems and is effective against several plant pathogens. Microbes as biofertilizers. Biofertilizer is a substance which contains living microorganisms which, when applied to seed, plant surfaces or soil, colonizes the rhizosphere or the interior of the plant and promotes growth by increasing the supply or availability of primary nutrients to the host plant. Bacteria, cyanobacteria, and fungi, mycorrhizae, are the 3 groups of organisms used as biofertilizers. Bacteria, for example, Rhizobium, Azotobacter, Azospirillum, etc. Rhizobium is a soil habitat bacterium which is able to colonize the legume roots and fixes the atmospheric nitrogen symbiotically. Cyanobacteria. In waterlogging condition, the cyanobacteria multiply, fix atmospheric nitrogen and releases it into the surroundings in the form of amino acids, proteins and other growth-promoting substances. Examples of cyanobacteria: Cytonema, blue-green algae, Microcystis, etc. Fungi or mycorrhizae. Mycorrhizae are a group of fungi that grow on the roots of plants. In fact, seedlings that have mycorrhizal fungi growing on their roots survive better after transplantation and grow faster. The fungal symbiont gets shelter and food from the plant, which in turn acquires an array of benefits such as better uptake of phosphorus, salinity, and drought tolerance, maintenance of water balance, and overall increase in plant growth and development.
Did you know?
Researchers get skin virus to knock out acne. Harnessing a virus that naturally preys on the bacteria that causes pimples could offer a promising new tool against the physical and emotional scars of severe acne. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. Microbes are tiny organisms. They are too tiny to see without a microscope, yet they are abundant on Earth. They live everywhere, in air, soil, rock, and water. Most microbes belong to one of four major groups: bacteria, viruses, fungi, or protozoa. In industries, microbes are employed to produce beverages, antibiotics, and other products. The first antibiotic discovered was penicillin by Alexander Fleming. The enzymes produced with the help of microbes are lipases, proteases, and pectinases. Microbes are used in sewage treatment. Treatment involves two steps. Number 1, primary treatment. Number 2, secondary treatment. Biogas is a mixture of gases containing predominantly methane produced by the microbial activity and which may be used as fuel. Biogas is produced in biogas plant. Biogas plant is structure made of brick and cement. It has following 5 sections: mixing tank, inlet chamber, digester, outlet chamber, and overflow tank. Biological control is the deliberate use of one organism to regulate the population size of a pest organism. Biofertilizer is a substance which contains living microorganisms which, when applied to seed, plant surface or soil, colonizes the rhizosphere or the interior of the plant and promotes growth by increasing the supply or availability of primary nutrients to the host plant. Bacteria, cyanobacteria and fungi, mycorrhizae, are the 3 groups of organisms used as biofertilizers.